welcome back to my Mexican kitchen here in Switzerland. Last year I shared with you guys how to make the Day of the Dead bread, which is a traditional bread made close to around these dates in Mexico. Many of you probably already know that in Mexico we celebrate the Day of the Dead. It's a gorgeous celebration. It's really nice, it's colorful, it's full of life. And I was kind of curious what to make for you guys this year, so I thought these cookies would be a very good option. They are based on the Day of the Dead bread. They're meant to look like that, and they are super yummy. I thought it would be a good idea because usually for the Day of the Dead, you make these beautiful altars, but they take up so much space, and not everyone has that space in their house. So we have to get creative sometimes, and since these cookies look just like the bread but in a very tiny portion, you can make your altar using smaller things, and you can make the cookies instead of the bread, and like that you have your beautiful altar. And there's also the people who tell me, I just can't bake a bread. The whole yeast and proving doughs, it doesn't go with me. So I mean, if you really want to give up on breads, which you shouldn't, this is another option. So let's start baking. For the ingredients for your cookies are 2½ cups of all-purpose flour plus 1 tablespoon of the same flour, that one's extra, 3/4 of a teaspoon of baking soda, 150 grams of room temperature butter, 200 grams of cream cheese, 1 cup of confectioner sugar, 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract, the zest of 2 oranges. For the coating, you need 1/4 cup of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Okay, so before I start with the recipe, the Day of the Dead bread, the special characteristic in it is the extract that you use to make that bread. It's a very special essence for it. It's an orange blossom one. Here in Switzerland, I'm pretty sure maybe baking shops have it. I don't know if the Mexican shops have it, but I often got comments that many people had a hard time finding it. So that's why I wanted to do the cookies with a different one, which is very common. You can find almost everywhere, which is the vanilla extract. I used vanilla extract and I used orange peel, the zest of an orange actually. And always remember when you're zesting your orange, just use the orange part. Don't grate into the white part, otherwise your recipe will get bitter. So it's just the orange part, the shiny part of the skin. If you do have orange blossom essence, then you can use that if you want, and if not, with the vanilla, it's going to turn out super yummy. And now for the recipe. We are going to whip our room temperature butter, our cream cheese, our confectioner sugar, and our vanilla. Once you've whipped it for about 2-3 minutes and it's very nice and glossy and smooth, you can add your orange zest in there, and then you keep whipping for about another 30 seconds to a minute. After that, you're going to add your flour and your baking soda, and you're just going to be adding it by spoonfuls so it mixes more evenly. You continue mixing for about 2 to 3 minutes just to make sure everything mixed in perfectly well. And then after that, you're going to transfer your bowl into the refrigerator. You can cover it either with a towel or with some plastic film, and you're going to leave it in there for 30 minutes, and then I'll come back to you after. Okay, so our dough has been chilling in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I took it out and I separated about 1/3 cup of that dough. It's about a fistful. And this dough, we're going to add the tablespoon of flour that we had, that was extra. We're going to mix it in there well. We just want this dough to be less sticky because this is going to be the decoration dough. So to build our Day of the Dead cookies, what we do is we grab from the bigger amount of dough, enough to ball up into the size of a gumball. It's a very small ball. And with this dough, the proper way to do it, not what I'm going to show you right now, I'm just winging it so you guys can understand the process, is the proper way is you divide it into the amount of portions depending on how many cookies you make. So for example, with this amount of dough, I usually make between 50 and 60 cookies. So if that's how many we make, we're going to need 50 or 60 pieces of this dough. So let's just say this is one of the 50 or 60 pieces. You roll it out, and then you divide that piece into 3 pieces, about the equal size as well. And 2 of those pieces get rolled out into thin, long strips, and they're going to be placed kind of like in a cross form over the dough. These symbolize bones. The ball is the head, cranium, the skull. And so we put them across from each other. You have to make sure you stick them in as well as you can without losing the shape. Otherwise, they're going to melt off your cookie while they're baking and it won't look nice. So it's very important that you really try to get them to stick onto the ball as best as possible. The last piece, you're just going to ball it into a little teeny tiny ball, and that sits in the middle of the both strips you made, the cross. Again, just press it lightly so you're sure that it really sticks onto your cookie. And this is kind of what you're supposed to do, how it's supposed to look. You're going to fill your tray with all these little cookies, and you're going to put them in the refrigerator between an hour and a half. The longer you leave it, the better. Like this, the butter starts getting solid and they don't expand while they're baking. You want your cookie to keep its shape, so the longer you leave it in the refrigerator, it's much better. Once the time passed, it's time to bake them. So you're going to preheat your oven at 325 degrees Fahrenheit or 165 degrees Celsius. And you're going to bake them for 20 minutes. After that, you can take them out and we'll go on with the next step. So the cookies are out of the oven. I let them cool down on the wire rack for about 2 minutes. The next part is the sugar that I asked for in the beginning of the video, in the recipe that was for the coating of the cookies. You mix it in with the cinnamon. It was 2 ingredients, sugar and cinnamon. So you just mix it in a bowl. And what you do is while your cookies are still warmish, hottish, you just put them in the bowl and you just sprinkle sugar on top and then just shake off the excess and start aligning them on your tray. This, besides making it taste nice, makes it look more like the real Day of the Dead bread. It has those brownish tones that bread has. If you take them straight out of the oven, they look a bit pale, but when you look underneath, they're brown, they're slightly golden, so that way you know they're cooked. But with the sugar and the cinnamon, they look really nice. They look like the real deal. I hope you guys enjoyed the recipe, and if you haven't checked out my Day of the Dead bread, the link is up there so you can go and check it out and make the real bread, not just the cookies. See you guys in the next video.